Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good afternoon. Today is the 20th of May and this is part 5 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 Retro Rides Weekender here at Goodwood in West Sussex. So we're on the other side of the track at the moment. We don't film the track actually in these because otherwise we won't be able to film all the cars that are here just by shambolic shuffling around. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by wind noise or announcements or anything else. I'm afraid just the way it goes on this channel. So Mark III golf, it's the first Mark III that I think I've seen today on a P registration, so 96-97, be a GTI, right next to an early Mark I Escort. This looks like the Escorts that were on Her Majesty's Secret Service at the ice racing sequence. It's the twin cam, which was the first of the kind of scary Escorts, I suppose. Alan Mann Racing, the people who actually made GTT Bang Bang for the film in 1968. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's maybe just a standard 8-valve that Golf. Oh yes, please, viewers. 1984 to 1985 Rover 3500 Vitesse. With some very tasty alloy wheels indeed. Hello to Jambert on Instagram. I like this very much. I look forward to having a go in one of these at some point, viewers. We've seen this French registered BMW before, actually, earlier on today. We haven't though seen this MX-5, this NA MX-5 here, which is an incredibly unusual colour. I've not seen one exactly like this before, I don't think. Obviously it's been repainted, doesn't it? Probably the UNOS straight by no plate plinth. Yeah, we've seen that one before, haven't we? And then a Hillman Imp Super with Austin Healey wheels. Wow. You know, out of all the things I'd expect to see was not an Imp with Austin Healey wheels. This is quite a late one, 74, 75 registration. Production finished in 76 for these. I have driven one of these actually. It wasn't quite as racy as one of these. It was 72, just a sort of standard Imp, although it was called the Super as well. Mercury Comet. Gosh, this will be from the early 1960s. This be about 60, 61, something like this. Yeah, something like that. And some blanket on the seat that's probably a little bit torn. Bit of a rat look going on. Interesting, isn't it? Hello to SL Godfrey 93 and Arashi_Adventure Dog on Instagram. Oh, look at this, viewers. An FB RX-7, very late one. It must be 85. That's pretty good, isn't it? So going on to track a little bit. Wow. Also pretty crazy is this Armstrong Siddeley. What model is this? It's just some sort of Hurricane or Typhoon or something. I don't know. I think it's in the late 40s from memory. Not really an expert on me. Look at that exhaust. It's massive, isn't it? Wow. And then a racy looking, I think that's a special body budget or something. I forget the name of the company that would have built this sort of coupe version. Can't figure it out. That's pretty solid, isn't it? More standard looking MGB hardtop here, 65.
Well, that's good.
And then an
he was on more of a self-destruct.
Audi A4. That, I think, from memory, is the B5 version. Let's see what engine's in this actually, since we're here. Oh, that's the V6. Excellent. More distinctive than a lot of VE30s here is this one in the Jägermeister livery. That's pretty crazy. The big Jägermeister spoiler as well. What's that? It's a B&M 3, 8990. Wow, look at this Fiat 127 Special, 75, 76 registration. The one I drove was a later one than this. I started second-hand classics last year. Amazingly, these don't have a brake servo in them, although they're so light you don't really need one. This is going for some track driving, I suppose. Oh, another Nissan 200 SX, otherwise known as an S14 Silvia in some parts of the world. I do like this view. Yeah, I like that an awful lot. 99 to 2000 registration. And I would have one with this lighter coloured interior if it were me. Another Mark II Escort here, 2-door, 78, 79 registration. And that's got the, I think that's the Z-Tech R engine in there. Could be wrong. The Z-Tech R and Z-Tech SE engines are completely different, by the way. And 3 Mark II Golfs that are not even GTIs. That for me is actually quite exciting, because I'm just so used to seeing the GTIs at Retro Rides Weekender. This one looks like a C or a CL to me. It's the sort of earlier type. Yeah, it's the CL. Someone's changed the wheels on there, maybe it should look good actually. I expect to see these actually on the more than that. Sort of bottle cap wheels, I think these are called. Both about the same era. 87, 88. It's amazing just how basic these actually look, isn't it? And then we've got one that's been modified a little bit. 85, 86, and some funny twin cam 16 valves. Decals to go on the side of it. It's nice being in the shade for once, viewers. That GTV did sound fantastic. That is a lovely car. Lexus IS 200, I suppose. It could be a 300. Toyota Altessa, they're also known as. Beams dual VVTi, maybe that's not so engine. Oh, and a Supra. I think this is a Mark II Supra. So known as a Celica Supra at this stage. 84, 85 registration. Such a sort of typical design of the 1980s, isn't it? It's so 80s, sort of wedge shape. And then we've got more Mark II GTI action here. And it's a 16 valve, it doesn't say, there's no 8 valve plus. I don't think that's a standard badge there, viewers. 87, 88. With the sort of Westy front end, I think that's called. 93, 94 Mini Cooper. This will be a Mark 6. So you've been modified a little bit. A lot easier to take the bonnet off for engine access, of course, in one of these. Another E36 Coupe. 328i, quite fast with it actually. On the P, so 1996, 97. Yep, that's right. Just make sure I get these sort of things right, viewers, because I get enough things wrong as it is. 1982 to 83 Porsche 944. It's a very early one. They came out in 1982. Yeah, the really early ones do look quite different from later ones, don't they? 1990 to 1991 Mazda MX-5. I think this is Mariners Blue, this colour, from memory. And it's got the Unos style plate, but the UK front. I think we've had some modifications going on here, viewers. Also, this is going to be a replica GT40, isn't it? This can't be a real one. They wouldn't just leave a real one lying around at an event like this. It would be under lock and key, wouldn't it? Still amazing looking car. Still expensive. Replicas are often quite a good thing. It means you can see cars like that and don't have to pay an awful lot of money for the privilege. K10 Micra here. It's had some modifications, you can see there. Final facelift for all of them. That's a 90 to 1991. Oh, and the Sierra. Is this by any chance an XR 4x4? Looking likely, isn't it? Also, front left window open. Take a look in there. That's good, isn't it? It's had the front and rear light lenses changed, so it wouldn't originally look like this. Would have had the indicators and things on it, but that's nice actually. I like these. 2.9 Cologne V6 in these, I think. So yes, 86, 87. Oh wow, a comma space van. Wow.
That's really cool. I love a bit of paddleboard as well.
1972 to 73. I always found the front door locks hilarious because they look like they're supposed to be off a rear tailgate or something. Engine's actually below that cover in the middle. Toyota Mark II from 1988 to 89. Oh, this is the white paddock, isn't it? Clearly white and white and white. We'll come back to some of the stuff in a second. A couple more NA MX-5s here. We'll just finish this row before we get to the white paddock or white room. I'm not sure what they're calling it this year. 1993, 1994. This one I don't know. Talking about Galicia in Spain. I think that's a Unos though. You can see the difference between the Unos and the standard MX-5 number plates, can't you? Plymouth is completely different. Ooh. 1999 to 2000. Subaru Impreza. I think they were called Turbo 2000 actually in this country. WRX or STI were not names used generally for the UK domestic market cars until later on. Another Volkswagen Caddy here. I don't know what engine that is, but it's got an enormously interesting air filter though. Hopefully that's petrol. Let's hope so, viewers, otherwise we won't be able to talk about it, will we? Thanks to the Mayor of London and all his friends around the country with their clean air and ultra emission zones. No, it's 16 valves, so probably we're safe. It's probably a 1.8 GTI 16 valve engine. Let's get this right, viewers. FD-RX7, very nice. I think it's the first RX-7 FD we've seen actually today. Seen a couple of FCs and an NFB. And this has had an engine swap. That's a Honda engine. It's not the rotary then, if it says Honda on top of it, is it? Ooh, Porsche 911. Is this by any chance a 2.3, sorry, it's 2.7 Carrera RS? Certainly looks like it with that ducktail, I think it is. Unos 92, 93. Ooh, a Fiat Cinquecento. It's quite a late Cinquecento. They stopped these for our market anyway in 1998 as opposed to the Seicento. They kept going for a little bit longer in some other markets. There's the S, so it's still have a 900cc OHV engine in it, which dates back to the 1950s, I think, this engine. And then we have Mark IV Escort. Is this by any chance an RS Turbo, viewers? It certainly looks like it might be. Got the blue details and things on it. Yeah, Series 2 RS Turbo, and we like that very much, viewers. More Subaru Impreza action here. Still a first generation one. And this is the STI, so that would have been imported then. What year that is, I don't know. A model of a two-door on the dashboard there, but this is a four-door. Two-doors were sold in this country, but only I think in very small quantities, special edition ones. Oh right, so it's a Volvo 240, but it's been raised up a bit, like quite a long way. But looks like it's still got a red block in it actually, though it's been painted green. What on earth has been happening here? Yeah, I don't know. It's very similar to the car my mother had from 1990 to 2001, which was a 1989 240 GL estate like this one. This is an 89 model year though one, and my mother's one was a 1990 model year. There are some differences, principally things like the radio is different and the heating controls are different and things like that. 740, 1987. And this makes 119 horsepower. I want a turbo and I can't afford one. Never mind, yes. I drove, I think the 940 I drove recently had this engine in it as well, otherwise it with the cat in it. It was also an auto like this one is. Special black end though, isn't it? 2000 Honda Civic EK or EJ, I can't remember the model code for these now. Type R. I mean, that's wonderful, but I prefer this Accord. Look at this. Yeah, the white room it's called. Wow. Yeah, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, I'm very proud of that. Replica Guy 7 plates. Can't remember the model code on these, but 88, 89, fantastic. I like that. I don't know if I like this Prelude even more though. I might even like that better than the Accord. I mean, they're both wonderful. This one's got a 4-wheel steering. Oh, it's Captain Frost. We've come across the good Captain before. It's in 1988, and that is absolutely lovely. Not common anymore. And then we got Beetle. I would have thought I'd be seeing more Beetles here this year, but there don't seem to be an awful lot of them. VW Automatic, 6869 registration. Didn't realize we made an automatic Beetle. Learn something new every day, viewers. Another Caddy. I've seen more Caddies here than I've ever seen in my own life, I think. Hello to AJ Davey361 on Instagram. And then Mark III facelift Polo, this one is, which doesn't really look much like it would have done when it came out of the factory at all, does it now? There's all kinds of modifications to it.
That is bright.
Mark II Scirocco GT2, but with the 20 valve turbo engine in it. Financial mistake, it says on the back. Maybe not. I mean, they are after all quite valuable now. So Mark II Golf here with wheels. I can't remember what these are called now, these wheels. There's a pre-facelift one. I don't know if it's seat fabric, it's just like a C or a CL, isn't it? 8990. Another Kia Pride, second one we've seen today actually. These are really coming into their own as like kind of little classics now. When I filmed one of these and no budget reviews in 2020, they kind of weren't. Yeah, it says CL, that Golf. And then we've got, I think, this is an EG Civic Saloon. Hello to James_lowlife on Instagram. I wonder if this is the one with the 1.6 VTI engine in it. Who knows? 92, 93 registration. I have driven the EG hatch, EG4 hatch on no budget reviews before, but these cars are no longer in no budget reviews territory, not by a long way. R33 Nissan Skyline. This is quite something, isn't it? V-Spec. This one's Sylvia. I forget the model code for these. I think it's like an S12 or something, I forget. These were sold in the UK under the Sylvia name. I think they were the last ones to be. After that they went to 200SX. And of course we get some pop-up headlamp action. Mark 1 Seat Ibiza with a system Porsche engine. Yes please viewers. These are really, really rare cars now, and they have the crazy weird dash as well. I think the final facelift ones of these, they had a more conventional dash in them, but these ones, this is the sort of first facelift one, they still have the crazy dash. So it's a 1.2L 88, 89 registration, and yes, look at the crazy dash. 106 Slalom, which was a special edition actually. This is the pre-facelift one. It looks a bit like a rally, but it's not. Interesting instruments was put in there as well, but it's been changed. Another 928 here. 928 S4 Sport. Hello to 928 underscore S4 underscore Sport on Instagram.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you on your YouTube channel.
Yes, you will. Thank you very much. We got yes, 8889. Very nice. Thank you. Very late E36 here on a V. I've never seen one in a V before. And someone's done some things with the body side mouldings as well. So one of the very last is a 99 plate actually. Wow. 1990 Peugeot 205 style with, I think those are GTI wheels on that from memory. It's just after they slightly changed the rear end on these. You can see we've got clear lenses on the back, the indicators, which was happened in 1990. Hello to BMW Cars on Instagram. Have we seen this car before somewhere? Or maybe he's got more than one car here. I recognise the Instagram account. Yeah, 8990. Ooh, is this a Mark III Astra GSI? Yes, it is. Is that a red top, viewers? I think someone's going to have to tell me. It might not be. They kept changing the engines in these. Throughout the life of the Mark III Astra, it sort of went 2 litre, 8 valve, 16 valve, 1.8. It kept sort of changing what the most sporty of the Mark III Astras was. This one is a 1993-94. And hello to plain lady underscore 5 on Instagram, who's also got this rather nice Fiesta RS Turbo. Ooh, wow, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? Yeah, on an H like my Volvo. So 1990, 1991. Lada Riva. Gosh, this is one of these that has the carbon, the cat. I mean, one of the reasons Lada pulled out of the UK in 1997 was because they had real trouble kind of meeting the emissions standards for the engines with carbs on them, because they couldn't have fuel injection. Later, Ladas did get fuel injection, but they just pulled out of the UK because they couldn't meet emission standards. So very late one of these, 1994, 1995. We will keep going around the middle bit of here. Another Scirocco again on an H. The interesting rear lights. Hello to Vince.Ball on Instagram. Actually, the gold wheels don't look too bad on this. Quite a late, it's finished in 92, the Scirocco. So yes, 90 to 1991. Ooh, a 911. 1771 registration. Oh, 911T, okay. Mark IV Supra. Don't know what year that is. Maybe about 92. Ooh, 1965 Ford Cortina. Don't know why it says ZT on the side of it. Answer in the comment section below. That's a facelifted Mark 1 Cortina. And then we've got a Lancia Delta HF Turbo, so a bit before the Integrale, and it's right-hand drive as well. And these are pretty rare, aren't they? It's 8990, and then we've got Mark III Granada, pre-facelift one, 1990 2.9 Gear X, and it's for sale. As Mr. Bill on the fuel power channel says, this could be yours. So it's an auto. Does it have electric rear seats at this? Certainly has electric windows, and then it's got the heated seats in it. I mean, it could do a bit of tidying up. Someone's had to go with some filler in that, haven't they? But you know, it still looks like it's good fun. Interesting rear lights on this E30. I don't think I've seen one with rear lights like that. Gnarly steering wheel, of course. How many gnarly steering wheels can you possibly get to the show? 8889 registration. And another E36. And another beige leather interior. No wood though, but I do like a nice beige leather interior, as you know. 96, 97. I think, yeah, this is a Nissan Laurel with some very peculiar wheels and the little doily things on the seats. Interesting. We didn't get this generation of Laurel in this country, by this stage they were selling the Maxima instead. Rear wheel drive Starlet, 1981 to 82 plate. That looks quite nice. I don't know about these wheels particularly, but it does look nice, that. Then a TR6, 1972 to 73. Very kind of racy look to this one. You only disapprove because your car is boring. I know the badge should be black, but that doesn't bother me that particularly. Retro 4 bangers. Mark 1 Fiesta 82 to 83 registration. Later Mark 1 Kia, I presume it's on Instagram. And it's got a Vauxhall engine in it. That's probably out of an Astra GTE, isn't it? It's weird. Right, let's go to another part of the show, shall we, briefly. Ooh, a Porsche 356. I wonder why this isn't in the white room. Maybe there's not enough room in there for this. Oh, it's a 356C, so it's a very late one. The sort of early 60s, that one. And hello to 356_Mitch on Instagram. So bay window, Volkswagen here. Come on, autofocus. 1977-78 registration. Left-hand drive. Does that mean it's an automatic, or is it just a funny shifter? Pop top. This one's a bit earlier, 69-70. Air ride or hydraulic suspension. Not sure which. The Grenade has the gear lever. So, it's a Baja style thing, this. It would have started off, presumably, as a standard Beetle in the sort of mid-70s on 73-74 plate on an M. It's not that now. 68-69 Beetle. Well, I don't know what the Beetles were. They're all here, most of them. It was not to tread on that. It's a 1500. What's this one then? Oh wow, it's an early one. This. Look at those rear lights. Early 60s perhaps. I like the seats in there. That's nice. Again, possibly quite an early one. This one. This has had a different interior put in it. Probably a bit more comfortable than original seats, I think. Actually featured in a magazine as well, apparently. Now that's a very, very, very fancy engine bay, isn't it? 1964 Beetle. With some Porsche 911 wheels. It's quite a common thing to do on these. Right, I think we'll end this part here. Thank you so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.